Okay, here is how you are going to be tracking your foods. So when you come to the top of your app, it should say things to do today. There should be a place right here that tells you your calories, your protein, your carbs, your fats. We may not have set your carbs and fats yet. That's okay. I want you to just start adding your foods. So you're going to tap right there. That opens up. At the top, you're going to hit add meal. At the top, you can also change it. So if it's not breakfast, if it's lunch or dinner, hello feet. You can tap on that. You can tap lunch, dinner, snack, whatever it is. You can also change it later if you forgot to do that, and I'll show you how. You don't need to take a picture. You can skip that photo. So let's say we're going to add some breakfast. We're going to do eggs. So I'm going to type in egg, one large egg. You're going to change that to, let's say, 2 eggs, right? Hit save. Now, to make sure it gets added above, you want to hit the little blue circle with the plus sign on the right. When that's blue, you'll look at the top. It says one food has been added. All right, now let's add some spinach. Remember that you want to be measuring everything in grams. So if you don't have a scale, you need to get a scale as soon as possible. That's going to be the most accurate. I just do spinach in cups just because, a handful I feel like is a cup. So I'm going to do 1 cup there. Add that plus sign. Now you see 2 foods have popped up. Let's do one more thing. Let's do some gluten-free toast. So if you have a barcode, if you have something specific that has a barcode, you can also tap on this barcode up in the top right, scan that. Sometimes it will come up, sometimes it may not. You can do it a couple times and see. If not, you may need to enter it manually. So if you need to do that, you can do add custom here at the top right. Enter the food, serving size, make sure you put calories, protein, carbs, fats, and also if it has fiber on there, because that's the one thing that we're tracking. So you'd scroll down and go to the fiber and make sure that you add that as well. Hit save, and then that will be in your custom foods when you need to add it. Here I'm just going to do, again, I also measure my toast. So you can do 1 slice if you're in a hurry, but if you have time, measure it in grams. So let's say the toast is, let's say 56 grams, okay? Hit the blue circle plus. I'm going to hit review. Then I'm going to come here and it's going to show me everything I entered, okay? And it's going to show me I have 16 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat. And this is my breakfast, okay? So right there, that's where you can change whatever meal it is. So looking at this, because this is something we want to make sure, your meal should have anywhere from, I would like 25, if not 30 grams, 30 to 35 grams of protein in each meal, because if you need to get at least a minimum of 100 grams throughout the day and you only have 16 at one meal, it's going to be hard to get that later on in your day. So what else could I add? I could do another egg, but knowing that's going to add on my fat. What if I did some chicken sausage? This is one of my favorites. So Amy Lou chicken sausage, these breakfast links. Again, I will measure them in grams. This one doesn't have grams, so I'd find the one that does have grams. But again, you could just do 3 links, add that. Let's hit review. And this is going to, there, 28 grams of protein. That's closer, right? Maybe I could find something else to get that protein up a little bit higher. But I want you looking at your meals after you enter them before you eat them so you can know, okay, I maybe need to add a little bit more of this. Or let's say your carbs were, let's say we had some potatoes here too, okay? So grams, let's say it was 89 grams. Now let's look at this. When it comes to protein versus carbs, this is another thing we're looking at to maintain blood sugar stabilization. We want to make sure they're at least balanced. My carbs are way higher than my protein. I need to cut something out, something that's carbohydrate out, okay? And if you want to know how much carbohydrates in it, you could click on the sweet potato. Opens up, it tells you that has 18 carbs. Okay, what about the bread? That has 24 carbs. So maybe that, well, this is probably not right. 56 grams seems like a lot, but maybe that's not correct. So maybe I drop that off. Okay, I'm going to hit log. That is on my today's meals. Okay, so let's scroll down where I did that. Oh, breakfast here. So right here, the top is what I had. Okay, if you need to delete anything, you can just take your finger and slide it, and you'll see the delete button. Okay. As you go through and add your meals, I want you to always come back to the details at the top. This is where you will see, what do I have left to get throughout the day? Okay, I have 473 calories. I have 39 grams of protein. Ooh, I'm already at my carbs. So the next couple meals that I eat, I have to keep my carbs lower. I still need a lot of fats. Then remember, we're looking at fiber too. Right here it says 31 grams of fiber. That's pretty good for today. I can eat more fiber and do great. If this says 10, okay, that means I probably need to add some more fiber. Fiber is going to come from uh, a lot of fruits, from vegetables, from like potatoes and rice, things like that. Even ground flaxseed will give you some fiber. So always go back to your details after your meal to see, or before you add your meal to see where you're at. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, just ask. One thing that makes tracking so much easier. If you eat a lot of the same foods, like I do, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be the best way to keep you successful, because if it's already entered, you know what you're eating, you know how to hit your macros, boom, done, right? So to track, to copy your foods to another day, let's say I'm going to go to a different day here, right here. This is my breakfast, okay? This is what I have for breakfast. I eat about the same thing every day. So what I'm going to do is go to the three little dots here on the right, copy to another day. I'm going to copy this to tomorrow. So that's the 4th. Hit copy at the top right. Now, make sure you go to that day. So this says yesterday, hit the X in the top left. Now you're going to scroll over to the day that you want to edit. Let's say instead of sweet potatoes, so I'm going to take the sweet potatoes out, delete those, I had some gluten-free bread instead. So then you can just add your food. Right here, 1 slice, or measure in grams. Hit save, boom. That's how simple that is. I eat the same smoothie every single day. So for me, before I even start my day, I will copy my breakfast to the next day. I will scroll down and go to my smoothie, copy this to the next day, copy to another day, change this to tomorrow, hit copy. Then I know it's already there. Excuse me. So as I measure things out, if they're off, I'll just adjust a little bit. If I change something out, I'll just delete it and put something else in instead. Such an easy way to make your tracking go faster. So a few other things, if you look, when you hit the 3 little dots on the right side, here's where you can change the meal type. So let's say this wasn't breakfast, this was my snack. I would hit snack. You can also save this. So if I wanted to save this to favorites, because this is a lot the same breakfast that I eat, I'm going to save this to my favorites. I'm going to name it breakfast. Save. Boom. Now, if I want to enter this, add a meal. Favorites on the bottom. Right here, it's my breakfast. Shows you exactly what it is. Log it. X out. X out. And there it is. It just copied it. So if you have meals that you eat the same of, you can save them and just copy them. All right, these 3 little dots, you can retake your photo, you can add a food, you can add a description, there's a lot of different things right here. You can delete it if you want. So hopefully that helps to make things quicker for you, because I know sometimes this can seem time consuming, but the better you track, the better we can see how you're doing and help you to get results.